For years I have been interested in the intriguing and highly unusual world of bizarre magic. The idea of a life after death is ingrained in our everyday culture and often pops up in conversation. Ghost stories, psychic abilities, seances. And because of this, magicians too have exploited this idea of a life after death for centuries. But normally bizarre magic relies on some ornate antique or otherworldly relic to deliver these messages from beyond. Until now. Pocket Seance is an entire seance act in your pocket. The core method is simple and deceptive, meaning you can focus on your presentation. You have the spectator think of any celebrity that's passed, and then you call upon the spirits to provide definitive proof that there is life after death. Pocket Seance can be set up in minutes using just a few pieces of paper and a pen or a pencil. No gluing, no cutting, no elaborate preparation. Just an impactful demonstration that will leave a lasting impression. What's more is the core method lends itself to a myriad of different presentations. 50-50 plots, living in dead tests, forcing a name, and tons more. In this download, I'm joined by Terry Tyson in over an hour's worth of instruction where we discuss the core method, a center tear, the psychology behind the routine, variations, and tons more. I even provide you with a full 5-minute presentation which is designed specifically for Zoom and virtual shows. So if you've always wanted to be prepared to create an eerie demonstration of spirit theatre, then make sure you check out Pocket Seance. Liam, have you ever heard of the Salem witch trials?
I've heard of them, but I don't really know much about it, to be honest.
So they were trials of witches in the late 1600s, and the idea was that if they suspected someone of being a witch, they would take pig's blood and they would paint a large X on the door of a house. Then that person, the individual, would be dragged out of the house and put to trial. There are 2 trials that they would use the most. The first one is that they would push the person into a lake. If the person drowned, then they died, but they were found to be innocent because they didn't use their powers to save themselves. However, if they survived, they were deemed to be a witch, then they would be murdered. Another one is that they would push them off a cliff. If you fell to your death, you were not a witch, so you still died, but you weren't a witch. And then if you flew, then you were clearly a witch, and they would kill you. So,
if they could catch you.
If they could catch you. So about the same odds as roulette. So, I have 6 names on here of some of the people that were involved in the Salem witch trials. I also have a little piece of paper here. We'll get back to that a little bit later on. And you'll also see I have 2 pieces of paper, yes and no. That's because, Liam, we are going to create a seance right here, and we're going to try and contact the spirit of one of those witch or non-witch people that were there that day.
Okay, yeah.
So here's how it works. We're going to number these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Which number would you like?
Can I have number 5, please?
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one here.
Yeah.
We'll see who you picked. You have picked Mary Shelby.
Okay.
Interesting. So we're going to see if we can contact the spirit of Mary Shelby using the yes and the no. So here's how it's going to happen. You're going to ask a question, a yes or no question, and I want you to think about what the answer might be. I'm going to try and pick up on what you think the answer is, and we'll see if the spirits can guide my path to the right answer.
Okay.
So we're going to take the yes and fold it up. And we'll also take the no, and we'll also fold it up. Now I'm going to mix them up so that you don't know which one is which. Good. So I want you to think of a yes or no question that you would ask about this person. Maybe whether they were innocent or not. Maybe something about their past. Who knows? But I want you to think of a yes or no answer. And also what you think the answer is.
Okay, I'm going to ask if Mary had a black cat.
Interesting. Now think about what the answer is, but don't say anything out loud. Mary, if you're here, please guide my hand to the correct answer. I'm getting this, Liam. What do you think the answer was? Was it yes or was it no?
It was yes. I think she had a black cat.
You think she had a black cat?
Ah.
Perhaps she's here. Maybe she did guide my hand. We'll try that again. So I want you to once again think of another question.
Okay.
Have you got one?
Yes, I have.
What would it be?
Did you pass your trial?
Mary, did you pass your trial? What was the answer, Liam?
I don't think she did pass her trial.
So you think that's a no?
Yeah, I'm going to go with no.
She did not pass her trial. That's really strange. We'll try one last one. So I want you to think one final question. Try to get to the bottom of this woman, this Mary Shelby. What's your question?
Were you a witch? Or were you
straight
were you a witch? Go in there.
Straight away to this one once more. What do you think the answer is?
She had a cat, but she didn't pass. I'm going to go yes. I think, yeah. Why not? I think yes.
Yes, she was. Now that's interesting, but we still don't know if it really is Mary Shelby here. So we're going to try one last thing. We're going to take the pieces of paper and I'm going to hold them just here. And I'm going to say, Mary Shelby, if this is you, please let yourself be seen. We'll see if anything's happened. Okay, it doesn't look like much has happened here, but... oh. It looks like something's written there.
It really does.
Now that's really strange. Because remember I had a piece of paper here and you could have picked any of these names out.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually see the person that I wanted to try and contact today was actually Mary Shelby. But I get what you're thinking. You know, maybe these are just random pieces of paper all with Mary Shelby on. Maybe I'm just a con man and we didn't really contact the spirit. But do you remember I said that they used to do something on the doors of the other witches? They would take pig's blood and draw a big red X. Here's the strange thing. On this piece of paper, there is a red X. On this piece of paper, there's a red X. On this piece of paper, there's a red X. On this piece of paper, there is a red X. And finally, on this piece of paper, there is a red X. So, perhaps we really did just contact the spirit of Mary Shelby.
I can think of no other explanation.
Me neither.